Now let's talk about color. Now we just used color in that example there where we were bolding something. But what about other uses of color? Well, remember, this whole concept of visualizing data comes from human nature. And in nature, we have a couple of cases in which color is prominently used. Here's an example where we have a golden dart frog. 2 micrograms, hardly any, can kill an adult. That is incredible. So nature has helped us out by making this color bright so that we can know that this frog demands attention. It's not something to be taken lightly. Anytime you see a bright colored animal like this, it's often because there's something that demands your attention. Same goes for other types of color in nature, such as fruit. Brightly colored fruits are often very, very sweet because they want us to consume them so we can spread their seeds and they can reproduce. So color in nature is used to draw our attention. And we as humans haven't evolved that greatly that when we look at a spreadsheet or a chart, color is still going to be the thing that draws our attention the most. Here's a good use of color. So in this example, the author of this chart, which was Stephen Few, and this is from one of his books that I highly recommend called Information Dashboard Design. This is the first version I prefer over the second one. The second one's just a lot harder to get through. The first version here had this example where he's using a red dot next to the profit metric in order to draw the reader's attention there. Why is he doing that? Because that one is the one that's in the most jeopardy, and it's also the one that demands the most attention right now. Notice how everything else on this chart, on this graph, is very subtle. It's very gray, it's very light, it's kind of in the background. That's on purpose. When you design these charts and graphs, always act with intention. Whenever you use any color or any symbol or any amount of decimal points or anything, think about what you're doing. Don't just accept the defaults. Think about how can I design this to where it just jumps off the page as it does in this example. Now let's take a look at an example of bad use of color. Here we have a similar type of chart where it's showing key performance indicators. In this case, we're looking at profit ratio. And most people, and commonly, this would probably be acceptable. By most standards, a lot of companies would probably see this and think this is great. The challenge here, though, is that the green dot and the red dots are so crowded in by the yellow triangles that it's more difficult to actually pull those out. If you just got rid of them, it'd be much easier to see, so the red and the green would just stand right out, and we wouldn't need all this unnecessary color.